This might be
The Frieren versus Frieren thing.
the Frieren versus
I was
Frieren
literally
thing.
about to say, here's your thing. Frieren just says, Frieren, get in there. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are here with episode 24 of Frieren. Sorry, I was looking down at my counter, and it's looking at the previous episode for some reason. So it says 23, and it's like, I know that's not right. Well, on episode 24, we're in the final four. How about you go ahead and remind us what happened last time?
Last time we were introduced to the second test of the first class mage exams. Get to the bottom of a dungeon. A big old dungeon. A lot of people went in smaller groups. Some people waited outside to see who would realize no one has to die. Let's work together. We saw various people get taken out. Somebody almost got hit by the old walls moving in on themselves, covered in spikes. Used their golem, which they were provided at the beginning, to get out of there instead of die, which is always a good thing.
They didn't have to, though. They had Richter there.
Yeah.
Whole place is made of stone. It was literally his bailiwick.
It is his bailiwick. Among some of the other traps, there was mimics that only Frieren got stuck in, and magical clones, which we ended off on a bit of a epic moment of a group running into a Frieren clone. But it was from the perspective of Denkin, which means the room is either just pulling Frieren or pulling Denkin's fear.
But here's the thing. I think it makes more sense to me. Well, I guess, no, I can't say that. Both things make equal amounts of sense. From a power standpoint, though, it would make more sense to me if it was pulled from his fear or some concern, because otherwise, who's basing how strong Frieren is? And off of what? If it's based on his fear or concern about Frieren, that is a self-building power set. Because you can imagine somebody is more powerful than what they are and create your own worst monster versus some random person who cast the spell a long time ago just trying to guesstimate how strong they think Frieren might be.
It might not be built long ago. We haven't seen sense magic other than the hair thing.
I don't think it matters actually how long ago it was. I'm just throwing that out as a text. Most people don't even remember Frieren. Like, Frieren shows up at the Magic Academy and they don't recognize her off the bat. She walks past statues of herself and no one's like...
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Sense could have chose to travel with Frieren reading everyone's aura. And Sense is actively making the Frieren right now.
Maybe.
I don't think it's likely, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, I don't think it's likely either. Only because the time that Sense said, I'm glad I chose to go with y'all. She obviously didn't throw in that southernism, but she said, I'm glad I went with you people. She probably didn't say that either. Whenever she said, she indicated
I'm glad I went with y'all peoples.
Yeah, when she said it, she wouldn't say it at a moment where they were doing something strong or using magic at all, in fact.
Yeah.
She said it like when Fern confirmed the reason why she's doing things and after Frieren got pulled out of a mimic's mouth. Right? So I don't think that translates at all to...
No, it was said when when she was looking at all the loot that she found. Because she first questioned it, like, did I go with the right people with the mimic's mouth?
Right, but even then, being able to dungeoneer well does not translate to combat skills when I need to defeat a group of 4 people that are entering a room.
Indeed. But based off the interactions I've seen so far, my only last thought going into this next episode don't know if it'll affect this episode, but I think it might have an effect on the rest of the show. I think Sense might put herself in harm's way to protect Frieren at some point.
I
It
don't
seems like
think that's necessary.
it's building. It seems like it's building to the idea of this person was my target, but I understand what they are, and I can't do this to them.
I mean, I could see that happening because I think that's also just a classic trope, right? Of having a target, learning about the target, and then trying to protect the target.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that in like, oh god,
everything.
I was gonna say run, Lola, run, but that's not what I meant to say.
Well, because like I've realized a lot of the tropes, from what I've heard, a lot of the anime tropes are just different storytelling tools.
Well, yeah, I mean, tropes are tropes,
right? Like a trope is a trope, so like it's not difficult to pick up on possible directions. I just don't know what fits in where based off standard anime practice.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more not even that. I feel like we're just in the era of, hey, we created this trope in anime. Then we went through an era of, hey, let's subvert the trope. No one will see that coming. And then we went through, hey, they won't expect us to do that thing again that we originally did. And now we're just in an era of, who the fuck knows? Some shows do it, some shows don't do it. It's just hard to tell. And I'm just trying to, gauge my senses based on where the show's gone so far. That I could literally already picturing Sense stepping in front of a thing and saying, no guys, don't go there, that's the trap, or I can literally see Sense doing jack all and just watching from the background.
I don't even think it'll be a that's the trap situation. I think it'll be well outside of this test. Like, I think it might be something where someone's like, okay, so now we need to eliminate Frieren, and she's like, you have to go through me.
Oh, yeah, no, that I doubt 100% that's not going to happen. Wait.
Okay.
Wait, I doubt, that's a negative, 100% that's not, that's a double negative going to happen.
That's a double negative.
Yeah, so that's not what I meant.
Got it.
I do not think that will happen 100%.
I understand what you were saying.
Grammar, also not my forte.
But our forte might be watching the episode. Boom. Segue.
All right, well, with that said, I think we should go ahead and get into it then. So let's watch the show.
Hell yeah.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
A little bit of a flashback.
Yeah.
Because the next thing he does is say, hey, you fight this one. It's weird that they only have to fight one Frieren, though.
Now, also, if this is Frieren not holding back, that's scary.
Yeah, we never actually talked about the fact he said he shattered his bottle.
No, he said he would have shattered his bottle a long time ago if this wasn't a test.
That's my problem, is I misread it twice in a row.
Yep.
I wouldn't have shattered my bottle is what I thought he was saying.
Yeah, no, so like 100% the implication was like, yo, we didn't have to be here, I would be out.
So my problem is that you were talking about Frieren going full strength, and I was thinking back to my, the thing I was talking about last episode, that if it was based on his own thought process, it could be one of those self-perpetuating power sources. So the more scary she seems, the stronger she gets in his mind, and thus the stronger she gets for real. And then I remembered, oh shoot, Dankin says something really cool here. So I've got that rolling around in my head, waiting for me to be able to say it, while I'm waiting for Dankin to say a thing, and then I just totally misinterpreted what Dankin said.
Love it.
Yeah, not so much me. This is another moment where I sound stupid in a recording.
Well, it's not even stupid. It's just paying attention to different things.
Oh yeah, that's what people in the comments are always talking about. How close my attention to detail is. Or literally the stuff I talk over.
Oh yeah, but the talked over stuff.
I got a second comment about that in a different show that you're not in. So the fact it's been doubled down now, it's like, oh, god damn it. That's alright though. As I said, I do this because I enjoy it, not so much for anybody else. Well, except for maybe you, because you're here with me.
Absolutely.
私たちはあのダンジョンの主を水鏡の悪魔
Spiegel.
シュピーゲルと呼んでいる。賢者
The
英武
water
の
mirror
英雄譚に出てくる神話の時代の魔物だ。シュピーゲルはダンジョン
You think Iwiki the Sage is the one that Kraft traveled with?
対象者の複
Is
数体を
possible.
作り出していると考えられている。現代でも
Okay, so it reads memories and then imitates the target.
No, the thing, episode 3, I literally brought it up.
Yeah.
And it was Himmel, and Himmel helped Frieren then. So,
霊落の応募が未踏破であるゆえんだ。
なぜゼンゼさんはこのダンジョンを試験会場に？
複製体は自分と互角の相手だ。犠牲を出さずに倒すには冷静な自己分析とチームワークが必
I
要
was going to say, because if nobody passes, there's no paperwork. And Sense is lazy.
実に平和主義者の彼女らしい試験内容だ。
Okay, so that gives me the implication she is one, a pacifist, and two, a masochist. Because she's like, yeah, you. We're not fighting. However,
Well, it's weird that the mirror monster imitated someone who's not in the room.
mhm.
Also, despite that whole conversation, they just had Frieren fired first. Which is alliteration, too. Yeah, so you gotta love it. It's true.
Hell yeah.
Well, I would just assume that Denken, who has all of the matching philosophies as Frieren, would have been able to talk down the Frieren copy. Wait, why does the copy have the... Oh, it's lands? Oh, I was right. The Ubel clone is with Ubel.
僕の名前はラントだって言っているだろう。まあ別にいいけどさ。
Or it seemed that way for a moment.
どの程度まで完璧な私のコピーだと思う？
ユーベル、君ってさ、戦いの最中でも饒舌なタイプでしょ。黙ったら死んじゃうような。
よく観察して
That's
る
a
ね。
famous Douglas Adams
そう
quote,
だ
too,
ね。死んじゃうか
about humans.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely applies to a lot of people.
What happens if the monster uses
記
the
憶や人格
escape
まではコピー
device?
していないってことかな。
いや、多分喋れないだけだ。
I don't know.
最初の襲撃の時、あれは僕の懐から脱出用ゴーレムの瓶を抜き取った。
なるほどね。確かに私ならそうする。
I mean, will we have a monster now free in the world? Or would it take land out?
They're not cornered.
それか、
They're not
挑
cornered.
めるのを楽しんでいるかだね。
笑えないね。
ひどい出血だ。メガネくんさ、このままじゃ長くないよ。
そうだね。
最後に一ついいかな。今のメガネくんって本物？
Just thinking I would never believe I was with the real land.
どうだろう。
ふーん。
At the same time, I would also believe that land would die letting you believe that the dead body was fake.
へえ、そう。じゃあメガネくん、ちょっと待っていてね。瓶を取り返してくる。
おい、
まあ、距離を詰めてくるよね。ソルガニールの発動条件は視界に全身を収めること。
I mean, to quote Futurama, perfectly symmetrical combat never solved anything.
Yep.
実力が互角なら勝ち負けはほぼ運だね。私は昔から運が悪いから運で決まる勝負は嫌いだ。だから私は私と戦いたいとは思わない。まったくこの死にたぐりはしょうがないね。やっぱり運が悪い。だから嫌なんだ。でも
Well, that answers that.
そっちの
We got the copy that the other one had.
メガネくん、意外と早かったね。ふん、やっぱり瓶も偽物だったんだ。
As I'm saying with Land, I can never believe it's the real him ever.
Yep.
But I do believe that he would die, letting you think that it was the fake him too.
僕がそんなお人よしに見えたのか。
いや、全然。というか、そんなことどうでもいい。メガネくんはさ、私の瓶を受け取ろうとしなかった。自分のせいで誰かが死ぬのが嫌なんでしょ？だから私はメガネくんのせいで私が死んでしまう状況を作った。
Yep.
ありがとうね、メガネくん。また一つ君のことが分かった気がするよ。
I think Ubo would be the worst person to have Land's power.
そろそろ共感できそうだ。
まだ時間はかかるかな。
Unless she's lying.
It's very likely that she's lying.
最深部に近づいてると思うんだけどね。フリーレン様、あそこに階段があります。フェルン、ちょっとマップ見せて。このフロアは探索し尽くしたと思いますが。この壁の奥に隠し部屋がある。
So the fire's not hot?
きっとお宝だよ。この雰囲気、ひょっとすると珍しい窓
Said that about the mimic.
可能性も。でも入り口らしきものはどこにもありませんでしたし。確かにね。でも構造的に部屋は間違いなくあるはずだから。
Okay, but that was a really simple puzzle.
If it was that flush to the wall, though, that would realistically be a difficult thing to find.
I mean, she just put her hand on it and it turned. You could lean back against the thing to find that out.
Fair enough.
I'm just waiting for Frieren to find something and Sense being like, I didn't know that was there.
Whoa, don't rush in.
I'll say also Ewig wrote about that monster, which means it had been here as well.
埋葬された王の功績が描かれているな。これほど保存状態のいい統一王朝期の壁画は初めて見た。価値ある発見だ。
We just had that moment.
Yep.
壮観ですね。
And now Fern has that same feeling that Frieren gets about finding stuff.
Yep.
本当に順調すぎるぐらい順調ですね。もしかしてこのまま合格してしまうのでは。
I guess their only concern would have to be the time limit.
どうしたの？こんなところに集まって。
構造的にこの先の広間を越えれば迷宮の最深部だ。
それで？
あれが陣取ってもう半日になる。
They didn't lose anybody though. They still got 4 members of their party, which used to be 5, but now it's 4 still.
Yeah.
面白くなってきた。ダンジョン攻略はこうでなくちゃ。完璧な複製体か。
This might be our
The Fern versus Frieren thing.
the Frieren versus
I was
Frieren
literally
thing.
about to say, here's your thing. Frieren just says, Fern, get in there.
最深部へたどり着けん。何か手立てはあるか。
そうだね。あれがもしも私を完全に再現したものだとしたら、弱点は生身の魔法使いと同じかな。
格上の魔法使いを倒すとしたら高速魔法か精神操作魔法だ。
どちらにも耐性があるけれどもね。
だがわずかな隙は生まれるかもしれん。お前ならそれさえあればあれを倒せるはずだ。
My true weakness was a nap.
名刀で。そういう小細工は得意だろう。
得意というほどではありませんが。では失礼して。これは興味深い。高速魔法が通用しませんね。いい匂い。普通は大きな魔力差がなければ通用するはずなのですが。フリーレンさん、次は私の目を見てください。精神操作魔法も無理ですね。私ではフリーレンさんの精神防御が破れません。あら。
Yep.
本当に両方とも耐性があるようだな。
でも精神防御の構築は複雑で強固ですが、だいぶ古い術式のようです。精神魔法の専門家なら脆弱性をつけるかもしれません。
受験者の中で心当たりは？
Yeah, that little girl that we left in that room.
エーデル2級魔法使いなら可能かと。ですが私と違って戦闘能力は皆無な人なので、正直ここまで来られるかどうか。
I'm assuming that's the girl with the 2 people that look like bodyguards that we mentioned before.
Yep.
Oh shit. She's a hypnosis master. Those 2 people will not be with her willingly.
まだまだ情報が足りんな。
エーデル、あれは何だと思う？
Cousin
さ
It?
あのじゃが一級魔法使いゼンゼと同等の力を持っていると考えて間違いあるまい。
魔力を消して潜伏するにも限界がある。もう倒すしかない。
倒せると思うのかブライ。わしはともかくブライとドゥンスとはこのダンジョンの中ではまともに戦えん。
そもそも現代魔法がダンジョン戦闘に適していません。
魔王討伐時代にほとんどのダンジョンが攻略され
Maybe get
た
the 2 copies into the same room together.
それに強力な防御魔法に
Because if Sense is targeting Frieren, and Frieren doesn't even know that, maybe the copy will target Frieren.
無から物質を作り出すよりもその場にある物質を操ったり 変化させたりする方が魔力の消費が少ないからの。だがその点あれは相当うまくやっている。あの紙には幾重もの魔法がかけられておる。このダンジョン内でも無数の手段で戦えると考えていいじゃろう。わしの見立てではあれには勝てん。魔法はイメージの世界。髪の毛という数えるのも不可能なほどの膨大な数の糸を自在に変質させて操るという、普通の人間とはかけ離れたイメージを持つ時点でわしらよりも
Should talk about the hair, focus on the bald guy.
Yep.
正直ここまで逃げおせたのは奇跡だと思うぞ。わしらは頑張った。そもそもわしらは武闘派ではない。ここいらが潮時じゃろう。正直怖いからもう帰りたい。
エーデル、お前の声は通らないのか？
確かに精神操作魔法はわしの一族のなりわいじゃが、あれ相手に高度な命令の条件を満たすのは無理じゃな。
The other girl's hypnosis was with her eyes. They're saying hers is with her voice.
Yeah.
それでも目を合わせて声をかけねばならん。
Oh, never mind. Yeah, same thing then.
相手に心があればの話じゃが。
どのくらい時間を稼げば
？15秒じゃ。というかそれが限界であろう。
どういうことだ？
今にわかる。
Sorry, did you say you weren't a combat mage? Because that seemed pretty damn effective.
現代魔法戦において防御魔法を破る方法は2種類じゃ。質量で叩き壊すか、技術でかいくぐるか。手数で攻める輩は大抵後者じゃ。驚いた。まさかその両方があるとは。巨岩のような重さじゃ。防御魔法の全面展開は15秒が限界だと考えていたが、まさかそれよりも早く破られるとはな。
Yeah, but you talked through the whole thing.
だが
Yeah, people accuse me of.
優秀な魔法使いほど敵をよく見る。ひざまずけ。
Well, fuck.
Yeah, you did.
The other party was counting on her too. Everybody was counting on her.
心がない。心の働きを精密に模倣しているだけじゃ。わしらでは絶対に勝てぬな。
Guys, you want to break her bottle for her or something?
しかないの。武闘派連中のところまで全力で逃げろ。わしは潮時と言った通りもう帰る。痛いのはもう嫌じゃ。便利じゃの。安全確保までしてくれるのか。
You know, feels like that created an opening where they could have run through the door.
Yeah.
こんなの最深部まで無事にたどり着ける人なんているんでしょうか？
言ったろ。合格者を出すつもりなんて初めからないんだよ。
Interesting, his staff is the number 3. First guy is just stuck somewhere.
Yep.
現状情報が少ないからね。
I don't think land is gonna have any problem getting through this. Create an illusion and walk through the door.
できるのか？
It's curious.
そう、わかんない。
Alright, and these two are on a 3-on-3 fight with them.
まったく何を考えてんだかよくわからねえ連中だ。
Alright,
通り相性は悪くなさそうだ。エールは単純な魔力勝負の殴り合いなら俺やシャルフを圧倒できる。
I mean, he can see her though. So why isn't he restraining her?
勝ち方を知っている。
Or hadn't he?
Because he's trying to do that.
Well, no, that's why I said it hadn't past tense.
どんな相手、どんな状況だろうとな。
力技か。
それでしたら、もしかしたら私、フリーレン様を殺せ
Not like I've been thinking about it or anything.
そう。はい。
Don't look so happy about it, Frieren.
作戦を立てようか。
Well, it's your thing.
Yep,
Ironically, I feel like we're both right, though.
I think so.
Because I said if Frieren and Fern had to fight, not considering this situation, that Frieren would just back off because she doesn't care about this as much as Fern does. So technically, the backing off here is Frieren talking to Fern. God damn it, brain, work with me. What's the word? Anyway, talking with her about how to kill her has to be the equivalent.
Absolutely, because it's also because you can also imagine like the temptation of power. The longer you live is always there, right?
Well, I mean, it's the literal point of the show. I feel like it's not. Ciri is the example of that being true, and Frieren is the example of that not being true.
If that's the case, which I also read that,
I guess Craft is also the example of it not being true.
Frieren could 100% be training Fern to take out Ciri.
I don't think so. They did not appear to have any of the sort of antagonist relationship, other than Ciri saying, I don't like her. But they all seem to have the same goal. Because remember, Ciri hit was
作戦を立てようか。
情報を持っていたわけさ。
謝った方がいいんじゃない？そいつに弱点はないぜ。なんだか楽しそうですね。
フリーレンの致命的な好きだ。
Ciri was allied with Flamel, and Flamel was Frieren's mistress? I don't know if you say that in master in female terms.
But also the interaction between Ciri and Fern ended with with Frieren. Frieren leaving without being granted a spell, and Ciri stating he is the reason why I can't stop practicing magic, basically.
Yeah, but I think that was said in a positive note.
I think that was said in a I'm going to need to watch out for that person note. Because if Ciri controls the teaching of magics...
She hasn't for all time, though. Remember, she's only less
1 million
30 years.
1 million%, I'm aware of that. But it had to have been longer than that. Because...
I think she's been giving out rewards for a long time.
And Flamel taught Frieren, that's the implication of control. And it seems like she had some sense of control over Flamel or Flamé. But it seems like she cannot get her hands or that sense of that control around Frieren, because she's like, here, I'll give you whatever you want. And she's like, no, I'm good.
I understand what you're saying, because that is like, what is the thing coming on? World of Darkness, Tremere Clan, vampires.
Yep.
Basically that, but I don't feel like that's what's happening here. Also, because of the fact that Frieren herself doesn't take on apprentices, she got tricked into it. So by Hyter.
Yeah, and I think that makes her an even better teacher, because she's not treating it as just an apprentice.
Well, no, I just mean that I don't
caring about.
think Siri is that way. Because what you're saying, she also told Flamme that whole thing. And Flamme is like Frieren's biggest, pusher, proponent, So,
yep.
I don't think what she said was taken in a negative context.
So I think that adds into the fire as well, because I think Flamme was in a position where she knew that she could not resist, but she found someone who could.
I guess we gotta circle back around to your original thought that you think Flamme is going to be the final villain. You said that before.
No, I didn't say Flamme. I said that Demon King.
Well, yeah, you said that you were going to be the
something.
Here's the combination of things then, because you have also said that you think that we're going to get into a fight at the end, and
Correct.
you also said that you think Flamme might be the Demon King. So A equal B and B equals C. You think that we're going to get into a fight with Flamme at the end?
I think it's possible.
Right. I mean, anything is possible if you say it, right? So I can't argue against possibility. I just can argue about feel. I just don't feel like that's right.
I think I'm now less. I feel that's less likely. I think if anything, we're setting up. I think the manga is going to end with Frieren's funeral, and I think we are setting up Fern to be the next great mage.
Well, I mean, I've already stated that I think that we've been given a couple of hints that Frieren might be at the end of her lifespan.
Yep.
But I am certainly 100% not going to try and guess how the manga is going to end. Considering I don't even know exactly how far into the manga we are with the anime adaptation parts, so...
Neither do I, but I'm still sticking to my guns.
Aimed at children, no less.
Hell yeah.
You have any other final thoughts? Because I think all I have now are just counter arguments, and that's not what I want to end up on.
No, I'm. I think the thoughts have been built up and stated throughout.
Yeah, especially we were just basically the combat-heavy episode, which has a number of elements to break down, but at the end of the day, we're basically reaching the end of the combat, so it's better to let the show just tell us what it wants us to know, rather than breaking down statistics of, I said it in the episode. Same thing as you. The things have been said. So I guess with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here for today. Once again, I have been Theta, this has been Justin, we've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?